Was it the greatest comeback in Champions League history? Or the moment a legend lost his head on the world's biggest stage? Either way, these are some of the most shocking moments in football history. And first up, in 1995, Eric Cantona and Manchester United were at Selhurst Park for a league game against Crystal Palace, and as usual with him in the team, Cantona was the star attraction. Now the thing is, with Cantona, the erratic performances always came on the pitch with the ball. But it was also clear he had a short fuse and was capable of losing it at times, as he did against Palace's Richard Shaw. Guys, Cantona wasn't a fan of all that, so he lashed out at Shaw, but the ref wasn't having any of it. He immediately sent Cantona off, but this was only the beginning. Cantona had to walk past a section of the Crystal Palace fans, and one of them, some guy named Matthew Simmons, had insulted him in the crowd. And once Cantona heard the stuff, he said, the switch in his head went off. That kit cost him a 2-week suspended prison sentence, 120 hours of community service, and saw him banned for 8 months. Luis Figo bad, the infamous transfer of 2000 that shocked the football world. Luis Figo, Barcelona, Real Madrid, legendary stuff. Depends on the angle you're looking at. Luis Figo, coming into 2000, was one of the key players in Barcelona's team. He helped them win La Liga on multiple occasions and looked all set for a possible contract renewal soon. But behind the scenes, a storm was coming for egos. Agents had allegedly agreed a deal with one of the contestants for Real Madrid's presidency, Florentino Perez, and the condition was mind-blowing. Perez wanted to base his bid around the idea of the Galacticos, and through 4 egos, agents had agreed a deal that allowed Perez to announce that if he won, he'd bring Figo to Real Madrid. The Madrid socios voted for Perez not necessarily because they believed in him, but because they, just like the rest of the world, wanted to see if it would really happen. A lot went down after that, but in the end, to the surprise of everyone watching, it did 60 million euros later, and Luis Figo had become a Real Madrid player. Safe to say, the Barcelona fans weren't happy about what Figo had done, and years later they let him know when he returned the pig's head drop on Figo. As bad as Figo's situation was, though, it wasn't bad enough to influence a major policy move in FIFA HQ. The 2010 World Cup was special for a lot of reasons, and one of them was the incident that forced FIFA to take technology action seriously. England versus Germany in the round of 16, and after Germany had scored twice to take the lead early on, England pulled one back and minutes later thought they'd found the equalizer. Everyone saw it cross the line. The fans, the English players, the Germans knew it to everyone except the ref and his assistant. They didn't give the goal. England later went on to lose 4-1, and Lampard's goal became termed a ghost goal, and the outrage and backlash that moment brought to FIFA, it forced them to make a decision. Goal line technology was introduced to prevent situations like that from happening again. I don't think goal line technology would have been stopping the game's most defining moment, though. A one-on-one World Cup special. Argentina versus England in the 1986 World Cup, and Diego Maradona was carrying the hopes of his country, Argentina. He'd known deep down that if they were going to win against that England team, he'd have to do something crazy, something special out of this world, even something divine, the hand of God. Maradona clearly used his hand, and everyone but the ref saw it. He'd scored a sensational solo goal later on, and in both ways had done England over. Maradona inspired a new generation, including the guy who many believe is the greatest player the game has ever seen,